What's up, clique? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to the new segment called Surviving Depression. If you're a newbie, a warm welcome to you. And if you're regular, what's up, baby? You know the vibes, you know what I do. This is the first official episode of Surviving Depression. Like I had explained in the intro, that first episode, I don't know if I explained, but basically this first episode is going to be about me defining depression according to my terms and stating how I knew, and basically giving like a young background, you know. And then later on in the episodes, I'll then unpack a few things and just all of that. So according to me, why I picked the name Surviving Depression is because I don't think I still have it, but I had it, right? I had it, postpartum depression, even before that, childhood traumas. How I define it, I'd say when you're constantly sad. You know, there's a difference between being sad, being angry, feeling lonely, and being depressed. You know, for me, depressed is all of that. However, depression, those things are elements of depression, right? However, alone, they are not depression. I don't know if I'm making sense, but being sad, you can't say, I'm sad, therefore I'm depressed. Depression is a mixture of so many emotions. Oh, the slides though. Depression is a mixture of so many emotions. You know what I mean? Like so many emotions that hinder you from doing so many things that make you suicidal. You know, and once you start feeling suicidal, that's when you know that, I'm about to sink into depression. And that's how I knew. You know, I've had 4 attempts in my 22 years of life. The first one I was actually quite young, surprisingly, but yeah, I'll get into that. But yeah, basically when a lot of all these different emotions, these negative emotions, just overcome you, you know, overcome you to a point of you feeling like there's no point in life. You're feeling like you don't even care about who you're leaving behind. You know, you become so selfish. You become super selfish just because you just want to end all those all those emotions that you're feeling at that state. Also, it's not a one day. You don't just wake up and become depressed. You know, it's a buildup of emotions. It's a buildup of so many things. And I think what also triggered this video was a video I saw viewed yesterday on Twitter of a guy who actually jumped off a building, you know, and he did, you know, the guy's caption who posted the video was like, don't try commit suicide or something like that, because the community members are like, just jump, yeah, papa. You know how like black people don't understand depression, and they don't understand that it actually does exist. Yeah, unfortunately, that's where we currently are. So most people, and I'm not saying this, no discrimination or whatever, but we know this as black people, you know, most of our parents don't believe that there's depression. You understand? They feel like it's just a term that we've just made up, but it's there. You understand? It exists. And luckily for me, my parents, or rather my family, was quick to realize that, okay, there's such a concept and it's there. It's not, I can't even call it a concept. I don't like calling it a sickness or an illness, but it is, because people actually get antidepressants. I think that's what you call them, you know. So like I said, I was suicidal 4 times. That's when I knew I was depressed. The first time, actually, it happened when I was very young, you know. I was bullied in primary school, right? Let's start there. But not for long. It was like I was bullied for a week, and then after that, my big brother, not my biological brother, but he's like my uncle, but it's not really blood, but he's a close family friend, right? He'd pick me up from primary school, drop me off, pick me up, drop me off, because he was working for my mom at that time. So it happened like for a week, right? Because the first time, there's this girl, she was like, I was like in grade, what, 4, 5? And she was all the way in grade 7, right? And she just randomly pulled me, like my grade, like all of a sudden just decided to like switch up on me. I don't know why, how, but people just woke up and they're like, we gang up on Celine, you know. And I remember she like, so it was substitution, right? So we're sitting on the floor. In primary school, there was something called substitution, right? So you'd go to, if the teacher was not here, you'd go to another teacher. However, that teacher would obviously have a class, right? Most of the times, if not always. So you would sit like on the floor and you would listen to what the teacher's saying, or you would like do your homework or whatever, right? So we were sitting there with my friend, Kesha, and then she calls me. My stupid self goes. She's like, when Celine, come here, right? Like she stood by the door and she did this. And I was like, okay. And I stood up. My stupid self, I stood up. And I went to her and I remember she slapped me, right? And it was a big thing. And I cried that day. Guys, primary was actually the worst time. Like now that I think about it, yeah, primary was the worst. And then that same day, someone lied about me and said I did something. And in primary school, now I remember why she did that. And in primary school, we had mothers. You understand? Like the senior grade 7s were like our mothers, you know. So someone went and lied about me and said something, I don't know, I forgot what it was, right? And then she did that. And then now there's a group, even guys were involved in my grade that wanted to like gang up on my friend and I, that same day after school, right? And then I just walked away, right? I just walked away. They kept on following us. I just walked away. Eventually someone went to tell my older brother, because he was always on time to pick me up. They went to tell him, like, Celine is crying, this and this and this, this girl did this and this and this, now the whole grade wants to do this and this and this and this to her and her friend. My brother came out. He came into the school and he's like, where's Celine? What happened? I'm like, this girl hit me, whatnot. Hi, I'm okay. Now it's embarrassing. Plus, you know, primary school, where's who? Her name was Pretty. I'll never forget that girl's name. Her name was Pretty. Lord knows where she is now, but I think it was hatched out. Now she even became a groupie of me. But careful, not there. So I was like, Pretty hit me, whatnot. I don't know why. Now the whole grade is against me, whatnot. You know, I don't feel okay. Hey, my brother, I'm okay. You don't do that. And it was the year after my brother left, so he was no longer in primary school, like my biological brother, Andy. So my brother gave. I'm okay. Why am I talking like this is story time? But yeah, you know. So that, I think that's when I started like becoming sad and like doubting myself and just insecurities and not being okay in general, you know. And guys, it took a toll on me. Because I felt so unsafe in primary school. Never mind the other things that happened the next year. I was even debadged from being a prefect in grade 7. No, that school was against me, but it's fine, we're not there, right? So I think that's when it started. And then now I start seeing like what the actual situation at home is, you know, that okay, I'm actually not living this perfect life. Because a lot of people till date think I live this perfect life, you get whatever you want and whatnot, you know, but I really don't. Mentally, emotionally, you know, there's just those few things that keep me happy, like my son, my siblings, my mom, my partner, my friends, you know, YouTube, social media, you know. But I feel like I'm messed up. Like I am messed up, but we're working on it, man. That's why I also created this segment, to also kind of heal myself. But yeah, then I started realizing the situation at home, and I was like, wow, okay, things are actually like this, you know. And I started feeling like I'm under lockdown, you know. Like there was this thing at Sydenham Pool, right? Like every Saturday, people, like, we're all going there, right? And at that time I had a boyfriend, and like he was famous. Like he was famous, like everybody knew him, you understand. He was cute and all of that. Like he was wanted. I knew that, you understand. So he was always there, and I was like, I also have to be there, you know. So the pressures of it, because I always wanted to go there every Saturday, and I'd probably only go there like once in like 3 months, you know, because they didn't want me to go there at home. So I started feeling depressed. Imagine now I'm like seeing that, okay, this is actually not a stable family as I thought it was. You know what I mean? All families have issues, you know, we all have issues in life, but it got to me, you understand? It got to me. And Kamo, I'm not happy at primary school. Kamo, I feel like I don't know, go have fun. I'm stuck at home. I'm this and this and this and this and this and this. And at that time, they were taking my phone a lot at home. Like they would constantly take my phone. Whatever flop I do, they take it. If I was not in the top 10 in at the end of the term, they take it. They were just constantly taking my phone. So that's when I was like, everything was just, everything was piling up. And then I remember this one time, my first suicidal attempt now was when they were like gang pills. I took like gang pills, like 5 different pills. Like some of them were those big ones, but they were like vitamin pills. I took all of them at the same time. I took 5. And I drank them, and I sat there, and I was like, why is nothing happening, you know? And at that, I don't even know what I was doing. Imagine at such a young age, you know of such, you know that taking so many pills can kill you. Like imagine so much trauma and actually going through it and waiting for it to happen and being like, when is it happening? Like imagine at such a young age, like primary school, grade 5, 6, you know? So that's when my first suicidal attempt started. And yeah, the other attempts I will talk about as I unpack other things. But that's essentially how I define depression. That's how I knew that, okay, I'm depressed, you know. And for me, it comes and goes. You know, I'm able to work around it. I'm able to navigate around it. I'm able to, you know, see, okay, here, it's bad, you know. But yeah, that's basically how I knew I was depressed. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, please don't forget to share, please don't forget to comment, and please don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.
A unique, a local, a proudly South African water brand by Cass Simpiwengwele that comes from deep within, a natural aquifer, and is organically filtered to maintain the precise taste that nature intended. Now tell me, why would you want to drink anything else?